ホムンクルスがなんとかって言ったな。
She said something about a homunculus?
一応は知ってる
No, a bit
ぜ。
about that.
あれだろ
It's that thing, right?
錬金術
The
だから作り出
manufactured
す
human created with alchemy or
人造人
something?
間のことだろ。
はい。
Yes.
お嬢様の
My lady
魂
soul
は
was shut up in a homunculus, and when she was revived in this world, receiving life again as a baby. However, because she was a babe,
金蔵様が愛を語ろう
even if Kindle tried to profess his love to her, it would be useless.
まさか。
You aren't saying
じい様はその
grandfather
赤
shut
ん坊
that
をこ
baby
の
up in
隠し
this
屋敷
hidden mansion.
同じ年に
They
成長する
would
まで
reach
閉
the
じ込
same
めたっての
age?
か。
はい。
Yes,
そのまさかでございます。
that is what I'm saying.
しかし、魂は同じという。
However, while her soul was the
人間
same,
の魂は
a human spirit receives a strong influence from his vessel.
お嬢様はかつての記憶
My
を
lady
全
lost
て
all her
失
memories of the past and grew up as a
ごく普通
very
の人間の
normal
少女として成
human
長されました。
girl.
それが、そこのガーデンチェアに座ってるベアートだって
Are
の
you saying
か。
that's the Beato sitting in the garden chair?
はい、
Yes,
その通りでござ
that
いま
is
す。
correct.
まさに瓜二つに
She
成長
grew to
な
be
されました。
completely identical.
しかし、
However,
魔女としての
she did
力
not
は持ち
possess
合
her
わせてお
power
り
as
ま
a
せん。
witch.
あくまでも人
I
間と
must
してのお
stress
嬢
that my
様で
lady
す。
was a human. Beato, who was sitting in the garden chair looking up at the sky, asked the same question again. She asked who she was. Many of those words were finally starting to click. She couldn't understand why she was living here, all locked up. Grandfather seized Beatrice so shut it up in a body of flesh, then shut that up in a hidden mansion. However, since she had lived here since the time she was born, she couldn't even understand who she was. Why she lived shut up in there. Wait. Bitch said take such a stupid story seriously. Why don't I change my interpretation? Essentially, couldn't it be something like this? Grandfather met Beatrice, he then fell in love with her and courted her, but she didn't nod her head in agreement. And they got angry and shut her up inside this hidden mansion. She just tried to escape, and no matter what she did, she couldn't succeed. So she finally chose her own death. Then, maybe there's a girl that looked just like Beatrice. No, a baby. Grandfather raised his child with care. But maybe grandfather didn't view the child as his daughter. Shut my soul once more into a cage of flesh. Those words probably meant I didn't view this kid as her child, as her reincarnation. Maybe that's what it meant. If you interpret it that way, even a story that weird might make a little sense. No. This might be some bullshit Beato cooked up to confuse me. This is if I could accept any of this. In the first place, Kua Dorian, was it? There's no proof that whatever that hidden mansion actually existed. Could this be something you just fabricated on the spot?
六軒島の森の中にはクワドリアンという隠し屋敷が実在します。それが今話をしていた場所です。
A hidden mansion called Kua Dorian does exist in the forest of Rokenjima. That is the place we're just talking about. Alice and his paranoia arc. Yeah, it seems like it. Also, woof. Huh?
Aka?
Red? Renault used the red to say that Kua Dorian actually existed. Did that mean the same thing as the red Beatles used?
これでも悪魔の端くれでございます。
Even I'm much of one, I am a demon all the same.
お嬢様には
Please keep this a secret from my lady. Yes. Yeah. Hiru, who I knew I would try to trip her up, had grown extremely cautious when using red. I think Rono could use that red. Of course, it's the red of a crafty man. I don't know how far I can accept it. Anyway, I might be able to get some hint out of it. So, that being relaxed in the garden Kua Dorian. That conversation she had with her grandfather. Are they the truth?
はい、
Yes,
真実です。
it is the truth.
かつて
In the
実
past,
際にこの場所でお二人はこのような
the pair actually had a conversation like that in this place.
助かるぜ。
Thanks a lot.
さらに赤で頼む。
I'll ask her some more red?
あいつ
Since she was born from a
ホモンクル
homunculus.
スから生まれたなんて言いやがったが、そんな非科学的な魔法的存在、実在するのか？
But does that kind of unscientific magical thing actually exist?
その問いかけにはお答えできません。
I am unable to answer that question.
理由
The
は
reason is that it would cause a stalemate.
ステイルメイト？
A stalemate?
なんだそりゃ。
What do you mean?
チェスの用語で千日手のパーペチュアルと同様に
It's a chess term referring to a state in which, similar to a perpetual check,
それ以上のゲーム進
any
行が
further
不可
progress
能
in a
になる
game
宣言
becomes
です。
impossible.
これは
This is the opposite of an endless repetition of moves,
指し手がな
and
く
refers to a situation in which
あ
all
る種の
moves
手詰まり
disappear,
の状態を指しま
resulting in
す
a kind of deadlock.
パーペチュアルに同じで
In a
チェ
chess,
スでは
this
こ
would
れを
lead
引き
to a
分けにしてお
draw,
ります
just as there were perpetual check.
引き
However,
分けがござ
there
い
is
ま
no
す
draw in the game between you and my lady.
ですのでステイルメイトになる質問には
Therefore, I'm going to answer
答
any
えすること
question
ができないのです
in red that would bring about a stalemate.
よくわからねえこと言って煙に巻いてるが。
Singing riddles by saying something I don't really
つま
understand.
り、
When it comes down to it, you're just trying to trick me because you can't say in red that something magical like homunculus
赤で
exists,
言えないから
right?
ごまかしてるだけなんだろ？
仮に私が赤で魔女は実在すると
If I were to say in red that witches exist, what would you do, Ballo-sama?
それを
That's
信
what
じ
we're
るか
having
信
this
じない
big
か
fight
で
over whether or not to
俺た
believe,
ちは大
right?
喧嘩してるんじゃねえかよ。それを言わ
Tell
れ
me
ちま
that
ったら
outright.
身も
There'd be
蓋も
nothing
な
more
いぜ
to discuss.
ゲームオーバーだ。
Game over.
魔女は存在すると
If I said witches exist in red, you have no room
バトラ
for
様には
argument.
反論の余地がありませんしかしバトラ様
However, since the reason would never have been made clear to you, Ballo-sama,
それを
you
受け入
probably
れないで
wouldn't
しょう
accept it.
しかし
However, after being told that in red, you have no room for argument and will not have been
証拠
shown
を示さない
any proof.
この場合バトラ様は
In this situation, Ballo-sama,
敗北を認められないにもかかわら
even
ず
though you wouldn't be able to admit defeat, you would have no way to make a counter-argument, and would become a deadlock.
チェックメイトされていないにもかかわらず
Even though checkmate would not have been reached, no more moves would exist.
バトラ様が次の一手を打てない以上お嬢
It would
様に
never
手番
become
が
my
回ってくる
lady's
ことは
turn,
なくゲームはそこで
and the game would stop there for all of eternity.
その結果お嬢様があなたを
As a
屈服
result,
させ
my
る
lady
こと
would be
も
unable to force you to submit.
これが手詰まりの状態です。
That would be a deadlock situation.
それを回避するため、
In order to avoid that,
このような形
I'm
になるご質
able
問
to
に
answer
は
any
お答え
questions
す
of
る
this
ことが
form
でき
in
ないので
red.
す。
早い話が
So to cut the chase, you mean that questions that leave no room for discussion are prohibited?
そう言いたいわけだな。まあ、そりゃ
Oh,
そうだよ
that
な。
makes sense, I guess.
赤で魔女は実在す
If
る
I
って言
showed
わ
witches
れちゃ
exist
っ
in
た
red,
ら
I'd have to give up from the
俺は
start.
花からお手上げだぜ。
ご理解いただけて助かります。
I am pleased that you understand.
他の形の質問
I
でした
believe
ら
might be to work together if you ask a question of a different form.
奴がはぐらかした
In responding to the
復讐
petition
要求には答えられ
requested
るか。
because she dodged
この島の人数
the number of people on this island.
お嬢様が保留されている副賞要求にも
If my lady held back on the request, then of course I cannot respond.
お嬢様の代わり
As
でご
my
ざい
lady's
ます。
furniture, I'm unable to act too forward. Rono made an exaggerated gesture, trying to act like a royal retainer. This guy's so shameless.
一瞬でも使えるやつと思ってる
That's when I thought you might be useful.
諦めて他の質問を探すか。
I'll give up on that and search for a different
そう
question.
だ。
That's right.
大事なことを確認
Just
する
trying
の
to
を
check
忘
something
れてた。
important.
これはベアとの思い出
This
話
is a
だ。
story about Bito's memories, right?
いつの話なんだ。
When did that happen?
まさか現在
I
って
mean,
こと
happening
は
right
ないだ
now,
ろ。
right?
はい。
Correct.
ここは1967年の世界。19年前の世界でござい
It
ます。
is the world of 19 years ago. Let's go through the story one more time. Grandfather, a person with whom he had fell unrequited love, called Beatrice. And he confined her in the Sin Mansion and continually courted her. But she was stubborn and didn't say yes. Then she probably grew pessimistic about being able to escape from here and probably committed suicide. And then, so went to humongous. No, if I accept that, same as accepting the witch. Interpret that part like this. She probably left a daughter behind when she died. Talk about the soul being going to a new body probably meant that grandfather raised that child believing it to be the reincarnation of Beatrice. In that case, Beatrice existed on the island for at least the last 19 years as the 19th person. Then, I'm starting to get confused. Anyway, none of this leaves the realm of the guesswork.
確実に赤
Only
で
thing
言
I
える
can
こと
never say in red,
1967
that
年
1967, in the hidden mansion of Rokujima, Beatrice
人
existed
間と
as
し
a
てのベ
human.
アトリーチェが存在した。それだけだ。
That's all.
その通りでございます。
That is correct.
1967年の六軒島の隠し屋敷に。
ああ、サンキュー。
Oh, thank you.
助かるぜ。
It really helps.
おめでとうございます。
Congratulations.
これでバトラ様の19人目のコマ
With this, you have made clear the existence of the piece known as the 19th
はっきりしました。
person.
バトラ様が熱望
The
された
19th person exists outside of the 18 who you can blame, just as you longed
19
for.
人目の人間。いかなる罪をもなすりつけることのでき
A
る。
sacrificial sheep that you can shift the blame of any crime onto.
それがお嬢様と
And you
は
must be
実
so
に
glad
愉快
that it is my lady. Rono laughed indiscreetly. Somehow I didn't like his phrasing. Said anything along with him.
そうだ。
That's right.
ローザおばさんは言った
Auntie Rosa said it.
ベアトリーチェは
Beatrice
死ん
is
だ
dead?
私が
I
殺した
killed her?
どういう意味なんだ
What does that mean?
それは私の口から語るよりも
As for
実
that,
際に
it may be
現末を
faster to
ご
see
覧
the
になった
actual
方が早いでし
circumstances
ょ
rather than to listen me tell you them.
少々
Let us
時計を
advance
進
the
めましょう
clock a little bit more. Rono pulled a stylish pocket watch from his pocket and made it wind the crown. As soon as he did it, I saw gold butterflies gather behind Rono's back and take the form of a person. Was it Beto? You realized it was someone else. Are you getting Rosa in here? No, sir. The older sister of the 7 Stakes, you love tormenting more than anything else. I don't think myself lucky to see that. If I don't think myself lucky to see that sexy ass, I'm gonna be playing along with their torture game.
ロノウェ様
Rono-sama?
まだこちらにおられ
So
ま
you
し
were
た
still
か
here.
ベアトリーチェ様が
There's
至急お
an
呼びで
urgent
す
call from Beatrice-sama.
はって
My.
地球のど
What
の
kind of
よう
urgent
な
business
ご
could
用
it be?
少々
Appears though I spent way too long chatting with you, Battler-sama.
それではバトラ様
Well then, Battler-sama,
これで
if you will
失礼
excuse me.
どうか引き続きお嬢
Please
様との
continue
ゲ
to
ームを
enjoy your
お楽し
game
み
with
くだ
my
さい
lady.
へいへい
Yeah.
せいぜい
I'll
楽し
enjoy
み
it as
ぜ
best as I can.
あんたはベアト
Because
リ
the
ーの話
conversations are
が
more
弾
lively
む
with
から
you than with Beto.
赤も気前よく使ってくれ
Uses
る
the
し
red
な
more graciously.
ぜひまた
Come talk to me again anytime.
バトラ様
Battler-sama.
私めも
Despite how I
こう
look,
見えてもお嬢
I
様
am
の
my lady's furniture.
お嬢様が望まぬことはできま
I
せん
cannot do something that my lady does not wish.
私が語った赤は
What I said in red was something that normally should have come from my lady's mouth.
語るべきへそを曲げてしまわれた
I did nothing more than answer that truth in my lady's place as she soaked. Because you didn't want to listen to her awesome backstory, Battler. How not...
やっぱ俺へそを曲げてたよな
Oh, she really was soaking then. Seeing me and Rono incomprehensibly hitting it off, that 7 Stakes chick cocked her head slightly.
ロノウェ様
Rono-sama,
ベアトリー
we
チ
are
ェ様を
keeping
お待たせしており
Beatrice-sama
ます
waiting.
お急ぎを
Let us hurry.
ええ直ちに参り
Yes, I will come immediately.
それではバトラ様
Well then,
後
Battler-sama, I shall see you later.
ようやく仲良くなれてきましたね
It appears that we finally started getting along.
やはり
As I thought, I have a feeling that we can become good friends.
ベアとの陰口仲
Without
間っ
any
てこと
partners
だ
that got
な
behind Beto's back.
ロノウェ様
Rono-sama.
はいはい
Yes.
それでは失礼いたします
Then, if you will excuse me. Maybe it wasn't because she really didn't like seeing me act friendly with him. Or maybe it was because she had been really told to hurry. 7 Stakes, babes? Bellowed sharply at Rono, and he laughed foolishly and disappeared as if running away.
煉獄の
How
七つ
can I, the eldest sister
私が
of the 7 Stakes of Purgatory, be called on for this level of work?
ベアトリーチェ様
Beatrice-sama could easily have told one of the young sisters. It looks like they have so much free time for something like this. Sheesh.
何をカリカリしてんだよ姉ちゃん
Why so grumpy, John?
腹減ってんならク
You're
ッ
not
キー
gonna
で
eat
も
a
食え
cookie
よ
or something.
最後の一枚をくれてやるぜ
And I'll give you the last one.
ふーん
Hmm.
気が利くじゃ
How
ない
thoughtful.
なら
Then,
一ついただこ
shall
う
I
かしら
take one? A lady pushed the stacked plate with the last remaining cookie on it over to her.
ありがとう
Arigato. As though coming as a replacement of the period at the end of the sentence, a sharp sound pierced the table. The nails on 3 fingers had sharp links and were stuck. There was breath in the gaps between my fingers on the hand I had used to push the plate. It happened an instant. For a while, I didn't realize that her fingernails had grown. The tips of her tart nails were blades with a red manicure. The space between the bases of my fingers prickled. Those are like blades were sticking sharp in the back of my hand in the space between my fingers. By those remains, my carelessly outstretched right hand was not even permitted to shake, and all I could do now was allow a single line of coach sweat to drip down. Wowee! About time to cut your nails, babe.
ルーシファーよ。
Lucifer.
それが誇り高
That
き
is my
私の
noble name.
ベアトリーチェ様にお仕
Honored
えする
servitor
名
serving
誉
Beatrice-sama,
煉
and the
獄の
eldest
七国
sister
長
of the 7 stakes of purgatory.
他の面汚しな不昧どもとはわけ
It
が違
is
う
not
の
like my disgraceful and credulous younger sisters.
それに見合った
If you don't show the
敬意を
proper
示さない
respect, you will
後悔
regret
するこ
it.
とになるわよ。
どう後悔するんだか。
How would I regret it?
俺には見当もつ
I
か
don't
な
have
い
a clue.
バカな子ね。
Bakanakane. You really want me to play with you that much?
そんなに忘れられないよ。
You really can't get me out of your mind.
私の杭を
I'll thrust my sick teeth deep into you, make you really enjoy being gouged. Got it?
たっぷりえぐって楽しませてあげるわよ。
クソったれ。
You bitch.
いつか押し倒
One
し
day
て
I'll push you down and
同
say
じ
that
セリ
back
フ
to
言
you.
ってやるぜ。
あらそう
Oh, really?
楽しみに
I'll
して
be
るわ
looking
よ。
forward to that then. Rosa eventually regained her calm. Men wanted to hurry her into talking faster, but Kyrie intervened. It's not like she had just mentioned really happened. It was an abominable past that she wouldn't want to remember. After taking several deep breaths with her hand over her chest, it seemed that she had more or less gathered the resolve to talk.
あれはいくつの時だったのかしら。
How old was I then, I wonder?
多分中学生か。
Or, I don't remember
とに
well.
かく
Anyway, I
そ
think it
の
was
くらい
about
の頃だ
that
ったと
old?
思うわ。
ってことは
What do
大
you
体
mean?
20年くらい
Maybe
前
about 20 years ago?
あの頃の私はあまり成績が良くなくて、
Back then, my grades weren't very good and mother was always angry at me.
私なりに努力していた
I was
つも
trying to
り
do
だ
my
った
best in my own way.
お母様の期
I
待
couldn't
に
respond to
は
mother's
全然
expectations
応
at
え
all.
られなくて。
母上はローザにも随分厳しかったな。
Mother was very strict with Rosa.
当時は同
I
時をして
sympathized
い
with
た。
her at the time.
陰口ばっ
You
か
say
だ
that
った
even though
く
you
せ
were
に
always talking behind her
よく言
back?
うわね。
予算かエヴァ。
Were you given a rest, Eva?
それで
So?
ローザさんはどこでベアトリーチェに会ったんや。
Where do you meet Beatrice, Rosa-san?
秀吉さん、今はせかしてはダメよ。
Son, you mustn't rush her now.
いいのよ、ローザさん。
It's alright, Rosa-san.
楽に話して。
Tell us at your leisure.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
あれは
It was
お母様に
the day when I had
特
been
にひど
scolded
く
particularly
叱
harshly
ら
by
れた
mother.
日よ。
Even though my tutor had promised to keep it a secret, apparently they told mother about how I had complained. Mother scolded me horribly, saying that I was disgraceful you should owe me a family name. Of course, I was doing the best I could. I had none of Kraus Nissan's dignity. I get extra grades like Eva Nissan, and no leadership like Rudolf Nissan. Never stood out, didn't particularly excel at anything. Almost never wanted to ask myself, and I always wanted to ask myself why I'd ever even been born to Ishiromiya family. I don't know why I had been born. Today I had the experience of my mind going blank for the first time. Those times since I was born, there's an addition to facing or surrendering to my problems. I had the third choice of running away. Although I had to say run away, there's no way I could have left your demon or gone somewhere. Anyway, I wanted to run away from the mansion the way I was at the time. The way I was like running from home or maybe a half-hearted suicide. I wanted to disappear. Or maybe it was that childlike form of resistance where I tried to make my parents worry by disappearing. I thought childishly that if I went to the center of the forest, I could escape from the Shiromi house. Or maybe I could get back to them by getting lost, making them worried. So then, you went to the forest that you've been told not to go into? Yes. After reaching the beach, I followed alongside the ocean. I didn't have any particular reason. But I thought that if I went around to the opposite side of the island, there might be a place that no one knew about. Which might be going to hit a house just for me. Not by the beach, it'd be impossible to go all the way around. There's a cliff part way, right? No way you could possibly pass that. Of course. I kept going wherever I could and kept going deeper and deeper. There's a horrible person without any past, but it was comfortable to me back then. If I could make it through such a dangerous forest, then it would be that much greater of an escape from the Shiromi family, which made me feel good. How shameful! Just go because you're great, all you had to do was work harder. You mustn't say that. Doesn't Rosa have her talent as a designer instead? Literally, this could be taken as him covering for Rosa. If ever I knew that Rosa's company was not making any profits. Quit it. Now's not the time for sarcasm. Then you arrived there by coincidence? Beatrice's hidden mansion. Rosa nodded weakly. About how far did you walk? Show it to us on a map? Natsuri, Isan, is there a map on this island? No, not right here now. That would be impossible. I was just walking randomly. If you show me a map, I wouldn't know. And 20 years has passed since then. I couldn't reach it again even if I went into the forest. Everybody would let out dejected sighs. It was very clear that in their haste, they had thought that some hint related to the witch's epitaph, or maybe the ghost itself may be resting there in that hidden mansion. Only part of Rokujima that got made ready for drones is the area around the mansion. As a completely uncovered, it wouldn't be probably taking so effort to survey the entire. Take considerable effort to survey the entire land. But just knowing that actually exists is helpful. It would take some money, but if we enlist an aerial photography company to investigate, perhaps the contractors who constructed this mansion about what happened at that time. You'll probably find some way to search for it. Yes. There should be ways to do it now that there isn't a question about whether it exists or not. Probably worth investigating right away. We will do that investigation together as siblings. You won't let me do it alone, Nissan? It might be dangerous. There wasn't the goat that was hidden in that secret mansion. Seeing that the fireworks between Kraus and Eva had already
兄
begun.
貴たち今は
Give it a rest. For now, you two.
ローザ
Rosa,
続きを
please
話して
continue. Yes. Finally, randomly, I kept running on and on. Suddenly, it felt like I'd come across something like an animal trail. I had no idea how far I'd walked and I was very tired. So by then, I was just naturally taking the easiest path to walk on. As I did, suddenly right before my eyes, a very, very tall fence appeared. It was a fence wonderfully adorned in a Gothic style. For an instant, I spun around thinking that I must return to the original mansion. Of course, there were fences around the mansion's house for entering the forest, but this fence was decorated differently. As well, it was very tall. Probably reached a full 2 stories up, covered with ivy and creating a mysterious, solemn atmosphere. At the time, I relayed the legend of the forest, witch of the forest Beatrice, so that she was frightened. The servant told me that she would sometimes help if you respected her. As I had started to lose confidence in how my life was going, I believed that the only way it could be saved was by receiving her help. That's what made me think it. I believed that this was the fence that mentioned Beatrice, the witch of the forest. I thought that if I could meet with Beatrice, she would definitely save me. I thought I would go try in there. That fence was very, very tall and didn't look like you'd go over it. I said I'd walk around it. I thought if I did, I would eventually reach a gate. It wasn't that easy. The fence had a length to match its height, and no matter how far I went, I didn't reach a corner. It might have been enclosing a very massive area. Maybe it just felt that way because my child's legs made it difficult to walk in the forest. Anyway, because I couldn't find a gate for a while, I started to feel sad as though the witch had rejected me. As I did, I eventually came upon a large tree whose root had bent the fence. I get my clothes dirty, but if I crawled, it looked like I would be able to sneak in. And that was the hidden mansion. I don't know whether it was the hidden mansion we've been talking about. So at the very least, it was the place that we know of. It wasn't though I came out into the garden as soon as I passed the fence. I had to continue through a lot more uncultivated forest after that. And then the forest suddenly opened up. What appeared there was an unbelievably fantastical scene. Seeing that rugged gym where I believe no one other than us lived, when hiding such a wonderful mansion. A beautiful flower garden spanned the front of the mansion. It was a flower garden of a completely different design from the rose garden we knew so well and was so very lovely. The first mansion was also wonderful. It was 1 or 2 sizes smaller than ours. It was a very elegant and yet lovely mansion. Then I saw her. Saw her sitting in the garden chair, positioned to give a view of the flower garden, wearing an elegant dress. It was that black dress embroidered in gold that we would later become known from that portrait. I hadn't seen an elegant dress like that except in fairy tales and on the stage of musicals. Oh yeah, you can see the giant fence in the background. Holy shit, that is massive. That person will be wearing it as their own clothes. That in itself seemed quite fantastical. The magical scene was enough to make me lose my sense of reality. Someone told me that it was a dream. I may have not obediently waited to wake up by my door. In my shock, I forgot to hide myself. She eventually noticed me. At first, her crushing face listless. When she noticed me, her eyes opened very wide. It was only natural. I guess she didn't know I suddenly appeared. I automatically bowed my head, feeling that I should greet her and apologize for entering without permission. Who are you? New gardener? Those are the first words she said to me. It calmed me down a little bit, because I realized she could be talked with. Because I hadn't turned into a frog just by meeting her eyes like the terrifying witch in that fairy tale. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been. Enter the garden without permission. Who are you? Name yourself. I am Ushiromiya Rosa. Ushiromiya? Oh. So you're one of Kinzo's family. Huh? Yes! I'm Kinzo's daughter. Good afternoon. I was just a little surprised. After all, Father was a great man feared by everyone, and she had referred to him without using honorifics. So she became quickly frightening. And after all, she referred to my fearsome father that way. She must be a witch with incredible power. After staring at me curiously, she begged me to come over to her. As I obeyed, although I was filled with trepidation. After all, I thought I really might be turned into a frog. The closer and closer I got, the stronger that fear became. After all, I said it several times already, but Owen and her dress, the flower garden, and the mansion, the entire harmony was so fantastic and beautiful that it seemed separate from reality. Surely wouldn't have surprised me if she was actually a witch. And I was truly lucky in turning me into a frog. As I awkwardly stood there, shocked still, she motioned to an open chair and urged me to sit down. Sit. And welcoming and speaking to those who visit the garden for the first time is my only pleasure. That said, I have nothing else to find pleasure in. As she said that, she showed an unhappy smile for just an instant. Because it was full of strange mix of tension and excitement, I rudely asked her a question suddenly. Are you the witch of the forest, Beatrice? Indeed, I am Beatrice. As I thought, Beatrice actually existed. He looked just like the portrait. Yes, exactly like the portrait. Oh, she wasn't just a witch from Father's imagination. And then, what did you talk to her about? As she prepared some tea, she asked various questions about myself. First, she was surprised that I'd come through the forest. She didn't believe that many dangerous wolves lived outside the fences. So when I told her I reached the place by going through the forest, she was very surprised. Yes, I managed to escape from the wolves. Did I give them biscuits and let me go? Or did I cover myself in a magic cloak or those kinds of things, I think. It sure sounds like a witch.
面白いお人や。
What an interesting person. Quite, honey.
ずいぶん昔だ
It
け
was a
ど。
long time ago.
お父様は森には
But didn't
狼
Father
が
threaten us,
住ん
saying
でい
that
る
wolves
から
live in
近
forests,
寄
so
っ
we
ては
shouldn't
なら
get
ない
close
っ
in
て
there?
私たちを脅さなかった？
ああ、そんなこともあった。
Yes, there was a time like that.
だからしいね。
Ridiculous.
日本の狼は
Even though Japanese wolves went extinct long ago.
まさに子供騙し。
What a childish trick.
記憶にねえな。
I don't remember though.
そんな話
Did I really tell us something like
親父
that?
に聞かされたっけ？森には魔女だろ。
It was the witch of the forest, right?
狼なんて
I think
話
you ever heard about wolves.
聞いたことないぜ。
あんたがまだ小学校だった頃よ。
You were still in elementary school.
覚えてない？
Oh, you remember?
そしたらあんた、むしろ
You
狼を
actually
撫でて
went
み
and
た
replied
い
that you'd
な
want
ん
to
て
try
言い出
petting
す
the
もんだ
wolves.
から。お父様はす
So
ぐ
Father
に
immediately
狼
gave
の
up the wolves
話を
and
引っ
changed the story
込
about the
めて
witch.
魔女の話に切り替えたのよ。もうその嘘っぽいこと
Such
と言っ
obvious lies.
当時のルドルフ
The
に
same
は
dawn, the witch already had much more
狼より
immediate
も魔
effect
女
on
の
you,
話の方
Rudolph,
が
than the
適任だっ
wolves.
たね。よく覚えているよ。
I remember it well.
私の背中にしがみついた夜があったことを。
Remember those nights when you clung to my back?
ルドルフさんにもそんな可愛らしい時代があったのね。
I see. Even Rudolph's son used to have that cute period.
うるせえな。
Oh, put a lid on it.
子供の頃の
I was
話だ
just a
ぜ。
kid.
まあとにかく
Well, anyway.
ベアトリーチェを閉じ込めていたのがお父さんなら、同
If
じ
Father
狼
was
の
one who
話
shut
を
Beatrice
す
up
る
in
のは
there,
強
makes
引
sense
だ。
that he would use the same wolf story.
彼にとって六軒
Him
島の
that's where
広
his
大な
regime
森
was
は
wall that should be crossed.
後ろ宮家と愛人の屋敷という相入れない二つの異世界
Drawing
を
his two
分断す
incompatible
る。
worlds, the Jeromia
これで
family
は
and his
ならない
mistress's
壁だった
mansion.
のだから。
柵の高さを考えると、
In the height of that fence, it does seem that Father turned the whole area going on to a giant jail cell.
したようだな。さながら二つの世界を
It's like a national border dividing his two separate worlds.
狼はともかく野犬の類でもい
Forget
た
the
のでは
wolves.
あ
Were
りま
there
せ
any
ん
kind of
か。
street dogs there at the time?
そのための策だったかもしれません。
It could have been a fence protecting against those.
六軒島に狼も
There are
野
no
犬
wolves
も
or
い
street
ない
dogs
わ。
on Rokujima.
その策は兄さんやキリエさんの
As
言うよう
Nissan
に
and Kari-san are saying.
ベアトリーチェと
Evans was
私た
very
ちの
border
間
between
の
us and
国境
Beatrice.
だったんでしょうね。
しかし狼の話を素直に
However,
信じる
if
なん
she's instantly
て
believed that's sort of wolves, that's pretty
純朴やな。わしの想像していた
It's not
魔
like the
女と
way I
は
imagined
随
a
分
witch.
違う感じやで。
そうね。
That's right.
それは私
I
の
also
感じ
sensed
だわ。
that.
とても尊大
It's
で
very pompous, just like my image of a
確か
witch.
に魔女のイメージ通りの人だったんだけど、どこか
She was also very childish and,
なんていうのか
I should say it,
素直すぎる
honest.
というか、世間知らずな印象を受けたわ。
She gave me the impression she didn't know anything about the world.
例えるなら
I describe it, it was almost as though she had come from a fairy tale land.
本当に不思議な人だった
She
わ。
was a truly mysterious person.
それからどうしたんだ。
What happened after that?
親父の話と
You end up talking about dad at all?
ええ、
Yes.
何日かに一
Once
度
every few days, sometimes on arranged
約
dates,
束され
sometimes
ている日
suddenly.
もあれば突然の日もあったそうだけど、ふらりとお父
Father
様
would
が
appear
訪
casually
れ
and they
た
would
ら
drink tea together,
一
just
緒にお茶を飲
walk
んで
together or something, she said.
散歩したりしたんですって。私が訪れたその日
And
は
that, by coincidence, she
た
was
またま彼女
by
一人
herself
だ
on
っ
the
た
day I
と言ってた
visited.
わ。
なるほどな。
I see.
まさに愛人といったところだ。
Who reached this then?
やれや
My.
れ。いくつ年下か知らん
I
が、
know how much longer she was,
親父
but
殿もや
not bad, father.
いかがわしい意味での交流はなかったと
I remain
確信
convinced
してい
that
ま
was
す。
not an indecent relationship.
バカね。男と
Toss,
女
you
の
are
温
an
泉に色
idiot.
気がないは
There's
ず
no
な
way
い
a
じ
lover's
ゃ
meeting
な
between a man and a
い。
woman would have some sensuality.
それでどうしたの？
What happened next?
それから何の話を？
What did you talk about after that?
私の自己紹介をしたので、逆に彼女のことを質問したわ。
Because I had introduced myself, I then asked her about herself.
そうしたら、
I did. The atmosphere quickly grew
急に
depressing.
雰囲気が落ち込んでしまったの。なんていうのか、
Should I say it? She seemed very listless and lonely.
寂しそうな。私が初めて彼女の顔を見た時に浮かべていたのと同じ表情だった。
It was the same expression as the one I had first seen on her face.
まあ秘密の愛人だからな。
Oh, that's because she was his hidden mistress.
好き勝手に
Just walked around wherever she liked. She might have been discovered by
見つか
mother.
っちまったらことだ。きっと軟禁に近い状態だったろう。
Sure, the situation was almost like house arrest.
綺麗なドレスに
Though she had new clothes up, you mentioned the garden. She must have felt very
さぞや
constrained.
窮屈な思いをしてたんだろうぜ。そりゃ苦労もあ
Not
ったろ
no
う。
surprise she felt it hard.
それで
And then
彼女はきっと何か
there
悩みを。
was definitely something on her mind.
それを私に話したところで何の解決にもならない
Getting the impression that it wasn't
と
something
いうような雰囲気
I
が
could resolve just by talking with her.
私も
And feeling
と
very
ても
sad about it
悲
as
しかった
well.
のを覚えてる。私と一緒にいることさえ忘れてしまったか
You
ら
never forgot that I was even there.
遠くをぼんやり見ながら
He was gazing really off in the distance.
And was silent for a long, long time.
私はきっと
I thought that I
失
must
礼
have
して
said
しまっ
something
た
wrong.
に違いないと思ったんだけど、謝罪の言葉すらも
I didn't
口
seem to
に
be the
して
type
い
of
る
atmosphere
よう
where
な
I
雰
could
囲気じ
offer
ゃな
words
く
of apology.
だから
She
私
so
も
I to remain silent for a long, long time
彼
to
女
remember
が
that I was
私と
there.
一緒にいることを思い出してくれるまでずっとずっと黙ってた。
When she did, she muttered unexpectedly.
柵の向こうには
Are
他に
there
狼などおらんの
really no wolves beyond the fence? Are there really no wolves beyond the fence? Huh?
はい、
Yes!
狼なんて
I've never seen
動
wolves
物
even in a
園でも見
zoo.
たことないです。
動物園とは何か？
What is this zoo?
あ
It's a place where they keep all kinds of
あ、
animals.
象とかキリンとかパンダとか
They are full of rare
珍
animals
しい
like
動
elephants,
物がいっ
giraffes, and
ぱいいま
pandas.
すよ。
動物園に狼はいないのか？
Are there no wolves in the zoo?
ならその
Then, that might not be
怖く
scary.
ないかもしれんな。狼がいたとしても
Even if there
動
were
物
wolves,
は
all
み
the
んな
animals
檻
put in
に入っ
cages,
て
so
ま
it's
すから
safe.
安全です。だから安
So
心
you
して
feel
見
safe
学
as
で
you
き
look
るん
in,
ですよ。
look at it and learn about them. But the forest of all people was for some reason scared of and didn't like wolves. Remember, it looked pretty comical.
それはわらわとどう違うのか？
Huh? You didn't even know about zoos. Like saying how fun zoos could be. It was very difficult to get a person like her, who had never been to one, to understand. By the opposite, I explained to her, her expression grew increasingly dismal. She couldn't see the difference. It seemed that, although this mansion was surrounded by high fence, it appeared to answer for it completely provided for a life of comfort. She couldn't see how she was different. A man was shut in a cage.
わらわは何者なのか？
Who am I?
皆はわらわ
Everyone
のこと
calls me
を
Beatrice.
ベアトリーチェと呼ぶ。それは確かに
And that does certainly seem to be in the name of a great witch, as you
偉
say.
大な魔女の名前らしい。しかし、
But this
それ
is
はわらわではない
not
のだ。
me.
わらわには魔
I cannot use any magic. I simply have the soul of the witch sealed inside my body. There's definitely something mysterious about her. It wasn't just that she was somehow at odds with the world. It seemed that she truly believed that a thing called magic actually exists. I think she talked about various weird things, but I don't remember the details. All I thought was, this might be a pivotal person. Willing to leave this mansion of her own will, prisoner without even realizing it. She didn't know anything about the outside world, didn't even understand who she was. Probably vaguely understood herself that she was so pitiful. But since she didn't know anything, it seemed like she couldn't realize it was unhappiness. Yes, son, long ago, when I told you that I felt sorry for a bird in a cage, I remember you said this to me. A bird that only knows the inside of a cage doesn't long for the outside. She wasn't a bird. She was ultimately a human. Even if she had never been outside the cage, she understood that it wasn't the whole world. So, I invited her. Do you want to try going out to the fence? There really aren't any wolves. There aren't! You'll definitely be safe. I want to leave. The gate is always closed. But the gate is always closed. There's the place I came in through. It's cracked you can slip through. If we go through there, is there an outside world? Yes! There really aren't any wolves. Really? Are you certain? I don't want to be clawed at and chewed up or anything. That would be an absolutely horrible fate to condemn anyone to. No! Not at all! I had only planned to invite her for a short walk, but she kept looking over her shoulder to the mansion as though she was seriously deliberating over something. Then I learned what she was preparing herself for. I have had enough of this place. I want to go outside. I want to know who I am, what's happening in this world, the purpose for which I was born. I didn't know what her life had been like until then. It's probably something I couldn't express. She couldn't express easily. It was harsh. She would have to say that she wanted to escape. Just had to say it was sweet. She just had to say that she would stay. Like into something. After something to have a hot fireplace on a winter day, does the air grow thicker and thicker and giving you a headache? Even though you know that you shouldn't keep things the way they are, you still need the courage to open the window and be terminated by the cold wind. You started to realize that you couldn't stay there forever. You started to realize you had to go outside sometime. But since you didn't know about the outside world, that first step outside would have required an unimaginable amount of courage. She had taken that into consideration and resolved herself. I put that resolution to go outside into words, for that was surely the first time in her life. I hesitated slightly. It had been decided that she would live here by father. It was as if she were father but was living burned in a cage. I just let her escape. Might be harshly scolded by father? I want to see. See what? I want to see a zoo. I was just a little surprised when he finally showed me a soft smile. That might have been and inner peace, coming from her newfound readiness to venture outside her cage. A soft smile, which I wouldn't have imagined could come out of that dark face.
そなたと話すと知らないことばかり出てくる。
When I speak with you, I keep hearing about things I don't know about.
わらわは
I don't know about this thing called school, nor about zoos.
映画館
I don't know about movie theaters. I don't know about amusement parks.
そしてそれを知りたいと
And I think from the bottom of my heart that I want to know about them.
そなたは
Will you take me there?
わらわをそこへ連れて行ってくれるのか。
Huh? Yes? I was nervous about how I would do it and keep it secret from father, but her face looked so happy, so I went along with her and nodded. It seemed that her meaning behind my vague expression was not communicated to her. She didn't believe that I'd really take her to all these places if we left. It was pure and genuine. They'd probably never been tricked by anyone. No, maybe it should be said that she hadn't been taught how to doubt. Her face was somewhat radiant and yet pathetic. I wanted to somehow grant her a modest wish.
わらわはもうベアトリーチェ
I have had enough of Beatrice.
わらわが
I
何
want to
者
know
な
who
のか
I am.
知りたい。ベアトリーチェ
I want to start as a new human,
新しい人
not
間を始めたい。
Beatrice.
だから
So,
ここか
I
ら
want
連
you
れ
to
出
take
して
me
ほ
from
しい。
here.
もう
I don't need tea anymore.
ドレスもいらぬ。
I don't need this dress.
心臓とも二度と
I
会わ
won't
ぬ。
meet with Kinzo again.
ここよりわらわを連れ出
Please,
してくれ。
take me from here.
ローザ、
Rosa. However, that responsibility was one that such a child as me couldn't possibly bear fully. Her serious gaze and her brilliant smile, it was as though an evil spirit had lifted from her. And feel a little courage started to rise up inside myself. This is definitely something that would get me in a lot of trouble. It's definitely the right thing to do. Of course, I won't be able to ask help from father, not mother either. Dr. Oni-sama or Oni-sama? Now, what about the reliable Genji-san? Or that's right, what about Kumasawa-san, whom I can always talk to when I'm in trouble? I'm sure they'll be able to do something. Anyway, for now, I'll take her out of here, because this is no longer a place where she wishes to be. So I took her to the crack in the fence and let her outside. So nervous, trying to make sure there were no wolves around. But after that fear disappeared, she seemed down to have any fun, even just walking around this dense forest. Every time she found something, she would ask me about it. They were all really minor things. What's that flower? What's that leaf? And that sound? And that smell? It was really like the inside of the fence had been her entire world. So to her, who had stepped out of the world, this was... Nope, it's strange. In the beginning, when I first saw her, I thought that she was the absolute incarnation of a witch relaxing by a witch's mansion. Now it's different. Or actually, the complete opposite. She had gone out of the world she had believed to be finite, and so joy at realizing for the first time that the world was endless. It's almost as though she was the one who had been thrown into a fairy tale. If she was Alice, then I felt like a rabbit holding a watch. It was probably a really fun walk to go to the room with excitement. But as for me, the truth was, I was completely bewildered. After all, I had walked randomly to get there. There's no way I could have known the way back to the mansion. There's no light in the forest, and I brought a flashlight. Because that would be terrible if it got dark while we were still like this and grew impatient. She was too innocent. Apparently, she didn't understand at all how frightening it would be to face the night inside the forest. I was when I brought her outside. Somehow I had to take responsibility and resolve the situation. So I thought, now we should just go to the sea. If we followed the coast around, eventually we should be able to make it back to the mansion. However, that was much more of a problem than I imagined. After all, I didn't have a map or a compass. There's no way I could walk in a straight line through an uncultivated forest, and I immediately lost my sense of direction. I had already no clue where trail I'd come by and was going to be lost. At this rate, I would definitely fall before I ever knew which way I was walking. But I didn't have the luxury to complain, because I wouldn't follow behind me so instant and having so much fun. Therefore, for the sake of her smile, if nothing else, I absolutely had to guide her out of the forest. Grating my teeth so I didn't show her a troubled face. Pushed my way onward through the pathless woods. And although we had various trouble, we were lucky enough to make it to the sea. At the time, I didn't even have a clue where I was on the island. But for the time being, I was just a little reassured. Realizing I just went around this way, I was sure to be able to return to the mansion. Of course, although I said that we'd just see, we were on the top of a rocky cliff. The beach was far below us. Aside from walking around the forest for so long, so I thought that even though it was a rocky beach, an open area would probably be much easier walking. Then I decided I'd go down the cliff. It looked pretty dangerous, I wondered if there was some other way. However, Beatrice agreed with my plan without any doubts. Even though she was probably older than me, she obeyed me truly and obediently, as almost though she was some sort of chick who believed I was a mother bird. I searched to see if there was some place where I could go down the cliff. Then I found a place where the cliff had crumbled into a slope. It looked a little dangerous, but if I went down on both hands and both legs like I was crawling, it'd probably be okay. Let's go down there. Let's go down there. You're dangerous if you aren't careful. For now, if we go down the beach and walk along it, I think we can avoid getting into any more... If you would do that, then let's go! I find this getting lost to be fun also. I'm very happy. You really had no sense of danger. There's probably no mistake that she lived in a life without discomfort. Even though she knew it would get dark when night fell, she couldn't imagine how dangerous the inside of forest would be without a light. Furthermore, it seemed that she couldn't grasp at all how dangerous it might be if she fell from the cliff. I warned her once more to be careful. I cautiously examined the place where we could go down. It looked pretty high up. I think it might have been about 10 meters down. Looked at it from the bottom up, it would probably have looked shorter than the roof of the mansion. I almost saw like staring down from Tokyo Tower's observation room. Beatrice still appeared to be completely without fear, but as though she had never been taught that high places were dangerous. Well, maybe she truly believed that she was a witch, that she could fly, so there wasn't anything dangerous. But please be careful. It's pretty high. I will be careful. I see there's a beach if we go down there. Is there an aquarium there? No, there are no aquariums on the island. I think there are a lot of fish to see. I see. So there are fish. Are there whales and dolphins and penguins like you talked about? No, you would have to go to the aquarium for those. There aren't many aquariums unless you leave this island. Is that so? But I look forward to it. What kind of fish are whales? Really big fish and... aren't they mammals? I think. And they spit out seawater. Oh. And then the dolphins? They're really smart fish and... Huh. Aren't they also mammals? They're really smart, they can be taught tricks and stuff. Then, what about the penguins? Weren't they birds? What's this?
水族
Did you say there were fish in
海から
aquariums?
魚が出てこんぞ。まあ
Well, there isn't only fish. There are kind of all kinds of things that live in the
いろいろな
ocean.
海の生き物がいっぱいいるんですよ。
ほほそれはとても
I
楽
am
しみ
really
だ。
looking forward to that. No. She made somebody described as short as kind of funny Russian short voice. No, probably the scream, I think. Something made it sound like that. Her body separated from the cliff and gently fell down. Many thought to say to her, how many times I warned you to be careful? The thought of a child. Without a child, Millie gets mad when something happens, trying to show they are not at fault. Of course, I said it too. You all right? How many times did I warn you? So, after she fell from the cliff, what happened? What happened to her? Rosa. Rosa fell silent. Her gaze fell to her feet, as though she was seeing through the floor to some disgusting memory. She died, right? Eva's brutal words were the only ones that Rosa had most wanted to avoid. And when she was hit with them, she screamed in resignation. Yes, she died! The rocky beats made Sharpnier's rocks lay exposed! Her eyes were so open! The blood kept pouring out! Suddenly a red carpet was spreading out! I spoke to her, shook her! She refused to respond, not even a blink! No, she couldn't even close her eyes! It was my fault! She was wearing a dress, remember? Though I knew her outfit was to move and I said we should go down the cliff. She was incredibly innocent, she obeyed me. She obeyed what I said without any doubts. How long do you plan to remain dead? Open your eyes already. Ozzy just turning into a lump of meat without me. I was just throwing to your friend, the sexy ass chick. Lee, what is all this? It is as you see. I missed my footing, fell down, and died. What did you say? Even though you appeared as the 19th person, you say you died? Don't mess with me, that can't be. Auntie Rosa was a kid and she was panicking. It's not like there was a doctor. Probably made a mistake thinking you were dead and probably were in a state of apparent death or something, but actually alive, right? It can't be. She's obviously alive. Otherwise she wouldn't be here right in front of me, right? The kid age Auntie Rosa was shaking Beatrice's body, crying. I too stared into that face, but her eyes were so open it really was a corpse. Her brushed it off like something vague, like a state of apparent death. From any angle, there's nothing apparent about it. She really didn't look anything but dead. Beatrice had fallen upside down from the cliff of that height. Her head had smashed against the point tip of those sharp rocks. You would die, wouldn't you, from that height? On those rocks? I can't accept that. No matter how dead she looks, she has to be alive. Just being this damn irritating witch. That way all the inconsistencies fit. Being confined by my grandfather in Hidden Mansion the whole time. And then avenge herself, she planned out her revenge, and she would go on to commit a number of atrocious murders. Rosa just probably mistakenly thought that she was dead. She was really alive, and as soon as Auntie Rosa left, she miraculously started breathing again. And she now lived until today and would open the curtain on the scene of her revenge. Otherwise, the facts don't fit together. No wonder you tricked me so easily. You painted in red? That you died for certain. He has to be alive, right? It's obvious. How does it look like being alive to you? She's definitely dead. My theory is that 19th person was grandfather's mistress. She was a human being, just broke down. I thought I managed to segue from a defense position to a counterattack, but... Then, who are you? You just died this very minute! You're not going to say you revive yourself with magic, are you? I think I've already explained it, though. The me that is lying over there definitely has my soul. That body was nothing more than the cage of flesh trying to tie me to the physical world. And that cage of flesh was thus broken. Do you understand what that means? I don't have a clue anymore. Keep having fun with your witch girl talk. I'll listen instead of eating a cookie. What the? It's empty! Hey, gonna get some more black tea? Ronove? I guess want some black tea? When Beto clapped her hands, Ronove appeared. Well, there sure are convenient. A refill, is it? Certainly. How much shall I pour you? Well, I've got more than enough to go with it. Half will be fine. Filling it to the brim regardless is the English custom. No, I just wet my throat would have been fine if you filled to the top with tea. Right back to Vito, sipping in silence. Wait! Open your eyes! Beatrice! Rosa shook me. No, she shook the corpse that had once been me. Watched over her from a short distance away. Ah, so I fell from there and died? I knew that was true for a while. After that, I saw Rosa spend a long time beside the corpse and watched her as she ran away. Eventually, I realized I was a different individual from that corpse. That's right. I am me. So, I've only been able to escape from Kinjo's restrictions. Eventually, I had the memory returning. The fact that I was an endless witch who had lived for 1,000 years. And then I remember that I'd been summoned by Kinjo for a long time and been imprisoned by him. While I've been imprisoned in a cage of flesh, I completely lost my memory as a witch. However, thanks to Rosa, if you could say that. Thanks to my accidental but fortunate death, I now have only brought myself together. Rosa, you're probably regretting that you brought about my death. But as for me, I could even thank you. Rosa is already nowhere to be seen. Had she gone to call a doctor, or has she escaped from the scene, which had become frightening? Scary. That no longer matters. That solar shell is no longer worth anything more. All that aside, how frail I am now. Even this glorious midday sun is agony to me now. I destroyed my human form. Then I changed it to several gold butterflies. Yes, my magic power is fair as it now, this form is easier. To escape even a light from the light of the sun, I rode the wind and lightly passed somewhat cooler in the forest. And it would take some time to recuperate and regain my original power. Thinking about how I paid Kinzo back for all he has done. Dancing alone through the air, I looked down the shore one more time. And riding shortly the figure I once possessed, that I would eventually regain. Being this form of that physical body I've thrown away, it will probably take more than 100, 200 days. It may require 1,000 days or maybe even more. However, I am the Endless Witch. The Golden Witch has lived for 1,000 years. Waiting any countable number of days is no problem at all. Oh, Kinzo. May regret that you are not here now. No longer will be able to capture me.
それで、お前は黄金の蝶に姿を変え、森の中に潜んで魔力が回
Then
復
you
する
changed and
の
go
を
to butterflies in the forest where your magic powers is heard? Is that what you're saying?
そういうことだ。
That is correct.
そなたを調
I
整
take
す
this
る
form
た
to
めに
see
この
you, but
姿を
normally
取
it's
る。本来は
easier
蝶たちの
magically for me
姿
to
で
keep
い
my
た
form
方
as
が
gold
魔力
butterflies.
的には楽なのだ。
無理しねえで楽な格好でい
Don't
やが
stress
れ。
yourself and say it in easy form.
ムカつく笑い
I
を
might not
聞か
hear
ずに
your
済むぞ。
irritating laugh. When I turned into butterflies in the mid-forest, it was already no longer possible for Kinzo to find me. However, Kinzo was not about to stand there doing nothing, so he would be unable to immediately prepare a way to catch me. Therefore, he first moved immediately to prevent me from leaving this island, and to keep me from regaining my power. My, all I can say is that Kinzo does not seem to justify the imagination. It is pretty tough to be loved by someone like that. A way to keep you from leaving after you become butterflies?
なんだよ。
What did he put an oven around the entire forest? Indeed. He did the magical equivalent.
そなたは知っておるか?
Did you know?
船着き場の先の洋上に岩礁
On the scene from the harbor floats a reef on which sits a small shrine of Eastern magic.
あ
Ah,
あ、あれ
that.
か。今年はなくな
It
っ
was
たけ
gone
ど
this year, though.
昔修験者が作ってったと
It
いう
was all shrine built long ago by
祠
Mountering Ascetic, right?
六軒島は元来歪みのある島でございます。魔力的な存在
Magical beings and other beings of
それ
similar
に類
ilk
した
were
存在を
attracted
引
to
きつけま
it.
す。お嬢様も
My lady herself is
そ
one
の
of
うち
them,
の一
I
人でござい
imagine.
ましょうね。紅茶のおかわりは
How about some more tea?
いただこうぞ。
Please.
それらは人間たちに害をなし、
They did
おそら
harm
く
to
数々
humans
の
and
不
probably
気
left
になる
several eerie
伝承を
legends
残
behind
してき
them.
たであろう。それを聞きつけた東洋魔術師が古代に設け
That
た
small shrine was
あの
built in ancient
心
times
が
by an Eastern mage. You heard of them.
長い時間を経てその力は失われておった。
A long time passed and that power was lost.
金蔵はそれを修復することで島の結界を蘇
By
らせ、
repairing it, Kinzo restored the island's barrier and once again tried me to this island.
西洋魔女
Can Eastern magic work on a Western
東
witch
洋の
like
魔法
you?
なんて通じるのかよ。
本来は相性が悪い。
Normally, the affinity is
し
poor.
かしわらわを
However,
封じたい
pursuing
という
me
目的
there
に
in
おい
a
ては
way might have been more
ある意
suitable.
味都合が良かっただろうな。わらわも西洋魔
If
術
it was
であ
Western
れば
magic, I would have had
心
some
得があ
knowledge.
る。どのような結
For
界
any
であっ
barrier,
て
there would have been some measure I
何
could
か
have
の手が
taken.
打てたであろう。しかし
But Eastern magic is
東
outside
洋
my
魔
area
術
of
は専門
expertise.
外よ。わらわが飲まんとするスープに
It was as if I had been given chopsticks
スプ
instead of
ー
a
ンでは
spoon
な
for
く
some soup I was
箸を
trying to
与えら
eat.
れたようなものだ。
東洋魔術が強く支配す
And
る
it's very strongly controlled by Eastern
西
magic.
洋魔術は
Western magic
広く
loses
力を
much of
失い
its
ます
power.
ただでさえ千日はかけたであろう力を取り
It
戻
would
す
have
時
taken
間
her
を
1,000 days to regain her power, even under normal circumstances.
さらにさらに長くかけねばならなかったのです。
And now it would take her much, much longer.
それで約
You're
20
trying to say
年か
that
けて
took
魔
you
力を
20
取り
years to
戻
regain
し
your power, and now that
今こうして
now
蘇
you're
っ
revived like
たっ
this?
て言いたいのか。
辛く長い年月で
Those were horribly long years.
わらわは黄金の蝶の姿のまま長
I
く日
spent
々を
many days in the form of gold butterflies found Kinzo's mansion
やつ
and
の
watched over
日
him
常を
every single day.
どのように仕返しをしてやろうか、それを思案することだけを日々の楽しみに生きてきた。
I lived through those days with no means to enjoy myself except to ponder how I would get back at him.
わらわにとって幸運だ
What's
った
fortunate for me was that during
そ
those
の間の
20 years,
20年間、金蔵はわらわを探し
Kinzo tried to use every magic to find and capture me and failed in them
ことご
all.
とく失敗した点だったか。人間に起こせる奇跡の数など
A human cannot bring about miracles very many times.
わらわをあれ
Even
だけ
simply
長く
holding
捉えていた
me
だけ
captive
で
for that long had been a
十
miracle
分に
far
身
above
に
his
ついた
place.
奇跡だ。そう何度も捉え
If
られて
anything
はた
burned
ま
to be
らぬわ。
for me to be captured like that multiple times.
じいさまが前のゲームだかで言ってたな。
Grandfather said something in the previous game.
魔法は確
Something
率
like
的奇跡
magic
に
grows in
宿る
probabilistic
み
miracles.
たいなことをよ。
金蔵はわらわを
While Kinzo searched for a hidden art to capture me again, he ended
そ
up
こ
at
に
that.
行き着いたのだ。そして13人の生贄を
Then he
捧げ
finally
るこ
worked
とで
out the ritual
わらわを
involving the
再
offering
び
of 30
蘇らせる
sacrifices to revive me
つ
again.
いに編み出したのだ。
13人の
13 sacrifices.
それが魔女の碑文
That is the witch's epitaph.
生贄の歌
It
で
is
ご
a
ざいます
poem of sacrifices.
第一の番に6人
6 people on the first twilight.
第二の番に2人
2 people on the second twilight,
そして
and 5 more
第
people
4
on
の
the
番から
4th
第8
through
の番に
8th
かけて5
twilight.
人合計13人の生贄を捧げる禁じられた儀式。
Over a ritual involving the offering of a total of 13 people as sacrifices.
その生贄はランダムに決められ、儀式を執り行う金蔵自身も例外にはなりません。
Those sacrifices are chosen randomly, and the one holding the ritual, Kinzo himself, is not an exception.
バカ野郎。
You're out of your mind.
この島で起こ
You're
っ
saying
た
that
あの
all the
凄
gruesome
惨な
murders that
殺
occurred
人
in the island
が
were part of a
全部
weird
お
ritual?
かしな儀式だって言うのかよ。
I was vaguely thinking that this might be a possibility. Let's take it and hear that there's truth on witch and the demon say, oh really? And accept it?
六軒島に
There
は
are 18 people on
18人
Rokenjima.
13人が
13 are sacrificed, only 5 are left
5
alive.
人だけが生き残る。そしてわら
Then
わは
I
蘇る。
revive.
つまり金蔵がわらわに再び
In other words, the odds that Kinzo will be able to meet me again are probably around 1/3.
その確率に自らの命を落とし
He bet his own life on those odds.
残りわずかな寿命の最後の一
Wishing for a
瞬
reunion with me for the last bit of his remaining life.
そのふざけた儀式のために俺たち親族が集められたってのかよ。
You're saying you gather our family for the sake of that fucked up ritual?
ふざけやがって。
Oh yeah, real fucking
い
funny.
い加減なこ
Don't
と
say
を
stuff
抜
like
か
that,
すんじゃ
damn
ない
it!
元より契約の
It was
通り
according to the contract from the beginning.
金蔵の生を終え
When
る
Kinzo's life ended,
貸し与えた
all the ore I had lent him and all the
そ
assets
して
Kinzo
金
had
蔵
created
が
were
生
to
み
be
出した
received
財
by
産の
me.
すべてをわらわがもらい受けることになっておる金蔵には散々に英雄を飲ま
Kinzo
さ
put me
れ
through a
た
nightmarish ordeal.
今となっては
Thinking back on it now, it was an extraordinary period amid the past 1,000 years.
何しろ魔女の天敵
After all, the
は
natural enemy of a witch is boredom.
それから逃れ
The
ること
Kinzo who
の
offered me
で
a
きる
chance to run away from that for
数十年間
several
を提供した金
decades.
蔵にはなるほど
Yes,
それも
considering
含
that
め
among
て
other
借り
things,
が
I
あ
might
るや
have a
もしれ
slight
ない
debt to him.
わらわは金蔵のゲ
I
ー
decided to
ム
go
に乗
along
る
with
ことに
Kinzo's game.
そしてまず
And so, first off, Kinzo returns to me that you should
後ろ
owe me
宮
a
家
family
当
head
主の指
ring.
輪をわらわに返却するわらわの黄
It is
金
the
で
house
復興させ
revived by
た
my
家だか
gold,
ら
you see.
そして
Then I choose 13 people arbitrarily as sacrifices. And as that unfolds, 2 people are thrown into total confusion and show me various aspects of the fabric of human relationship as you stand against me, which gives me great pleasure. I really do like this game of Kinzo's. Ah!
そんな魔
I
法
definitely
話
won't believe in that kind of magic
絶対信じねえ
story.
ぞ。じゃあお前は誰な
And
の？
who are you?
お前は崖か
You
ら転
fell
落
off
し
a
て
cliff
死ん
and
だんだろ
died, damn it!
魂が抜け
Your
出
soul
して蝶
slipped
にな
out,
っ
became
て
above
森
you
へ
went to the forest?
そんな
That's
の
all
ある
a
わ
load
け
of
ねえだろうが
bullshit!
だがお前はここにいる
But you are here.
誰だってんだ
Who are you?
お前こそが
Are you
19
the
人目
19th
じゃねえ
person?
のかよ
そうであるな
That is true. I am most surely am the 19th person.
だがダメだぜ
But it's no good, I'm afraid.
全
It's no
然ダ
goddamn
メ
good at
だ
all.
この六軒島に
There are no more than 18 humans on this Rokujima.
な なんだと
What did you say?
ことは
So you're saying the X of the 18 plus X doesn't exist?
X は存在しないってのかよ。俺が取ったコマ X は存在しないってのかよ。
You're saying the piece I took, the X doesn't exist?
そういうことになり
That
ま
is
す。
what it means.
実にご愁傷様です。
You have my condolences.
しかし、
However, my lady, you truly are a fast worker.
もう少し
I thought you were letting him flounder around one more before turning everything over at the end.
さて、バトラ様。
Well then, Valor-sama, would some more tea be agreeable to you? I don't want any, damn it!
俺は信じないぞ。
I don't believe it!
18人の中に
This
犯人が
culprit
いるわ
can't
け
be one of the
ね。
18?
じゃあお前は何なんだよ。
Then what the hell are you? Why are you here?
19人目が存在し
My
ないって
brother
んだ。
doesn't exist, and are you saying you're one of the 18 in
お前は18人の誰かの
disguise?
変装だって言うのかよ。
For you, although you're reluctant to use it, downing one of the 18 will serve as a final escape route, much like castling.
キャスリングとなるであろうな。しかし、わらわはここからが
However, for me, the hard part is just beginning.
そなたは
You
何
need
振
only
りさえ
throw
捨
away
てれば
appearances,
18人
and you can prepare covered freely amid the 18 people,
その18人のコマを
finding a
くぐ
route
り
through
抜
those
け
18 pieces.
わらわを認め
In order
さ
to
せ
checkmate
チェ
you
ッ
and
ク
force
メ
you
イ
to
トに
accept
至るの
me
は実に難しいこと
would be truly difficult.
そんなことするもんか。
Like hell, I'll do that.
18人の誰も
I won't
疑
doubt
わな
any
い
of the 18.
疑いたくない。
I don't want to doubt.
まだここに
Have I really been cornered here again?
畜生。
Damn it, damn it, damn it!
畜生。
三度に及んだそなたとのゲー
Looks
ム
like my game with you, which has lasted 3 rounds, is finally entering the end game, doesn't it?
もう逃げ場はないぞ。
There's nowhere to run anymore, you know.
お前の大好きな
You don't want to doubt
18
any
人
of those who
を
love
疑いた
people
くない
18,
だろう。
right? I can take that burden from you if you want.
なのにな
Yet
ぜ
why
わ
do
ら
you
わを
refuse
拒むん
me?
だ。序盤は本のよう
They say you should play the opening like a book, the middle game like a magician,
そして終盤
and the end game like a
機械のよう
machine.
にさせとな。これより詰める
I'll corner you from here on,
ゆっくり
slowly,
じっくり
carefully,
確実に
surely.
いやそれともそなたにふさわし
Or on
く
the
一
other
気に
hand,
畳みかけるのが良いのか。
Better if I press you all the way at once, as would be fitting right now.
そなたにはそれが似合うだろう。そうしよう。
That would suit you. Let's do that.
すでにそ
I already
な
have a
た
thorough
の苦手
knowledge of
と
which
する
methods
攻
of
め
attack you
方も
cannot
知り
handle.
抜いておるわ。
Uh-oh, they're showing us the people. Oh no, they're showing us everyone, aren't they? Is it time? It's time. Oh, fuck the marriage proposal. And the bell has rung. And the game began. Time to begin the real murder mystery.